What's up? Ryan K here with another session of Ask Ryan. This question comes from Esther. And what she wants to know is she says, when looking at job postings, a salary range isn't indicated. What's the right way to inquire of the details before applying? I've got a couple answers for you, some that you may not like, but here you go. Number one, most likely the company is not going to tell you the salary if they didn't post it. If they didn't post it, if they didn't put it in there, most likely you can't call them up and ask them for it. They won't talk to you, they won't disclose it anyway. And so now there are certain states where it's legally required for them to post at least a salary range. And so you can go and research if you live in one of those states, then clearly you could ask them and say, hey, it's a legal requirement for you to disclose this. The downside would be, I'm not sure if after you ask that, you're very likely to get an interview. And so I would shy away from asking management, HR, or the manager for that, especially before you apply. Instead, on the opposite side, there's a couple different things you can do. Number one, go to Indeed. On a lot of those jobs on Indeed, they actually have a salary range. Some of that's been provided by other employees who work there. Some of that's been provided by them guesstimating. So that's option number one. Option number two is network into those employees who currently do the job and ask them. Now, there's a reason why, besides just knowing that salary range, why you would want to ask them. And the reason is that will start up a conversation where you can get them to refer you in. The more important thing, though, is most likely the pay and salary range should not be your key determination of whether you want to work for a company. And that really is where it's at, is if you're making the decision of whether to apply or not purely based on pay, then most likely that may not be the best long-term approach to it. What you need to do is make a list of the top 10 companies you want to work for. Go read their reviews online and their star ratings to make sure that their employee feedback says they pay fairly, they take care of their employees, that it's a great place to work, and then work your way to working for one of those companies. Those companies are most likely to, number one, pay you well to keep you around because their employees are happy, and number two, be a great place to work, period, not just about the money. Most employees don't just want to get paid. They want to have a great place to work. But what happens is they're picking where to apply and the offer to accept purely based on money. You should instead be creating a list of the top 10 places that you would like to work, waiting and working your way to find the job that's open that you're a fit for and applying there. And so because you're making this all about money, it means that you might end up with a job that pays you an extra 25 cents per hour, but it's a bad place to work. Instead, you want to focus on where to work. But that's the only ways that I can help you with uncovering what the pay and salary range might be. Just know there is definitely some potential downside to asking before you apply, to asking or demanding that the company tell you or anything like that. It's not about fairness. It just is about realistically, they may not have to disclose, they may not want to disclose, and being the person that demanded it may not be that great for you long-term in actually getting the job. So there's my feedback. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. Feel free to shoot me an email, askryan@refer.io, or you can visit refer.io/askryan, where you can ask questions for me to answer anonymously. And so pick your path, but I'd love to hear your question when it comes to your job, finding a job, getting a job, being successful at a job, or advancing your career. Any of those subjects are open season. Shoot the question to me and I'd be more than happy to answer it. Anyways, hope this video finds you well, and until next time, good luck with your job search.